People seem to be intrigued with these before and after shows or makeover shows because I think deep down we would all love to have that makeover. My husband has gotten really hooked on one that comes out of Las Vegas, and they make over cars. It's called Counting Cars. And it's, to me, it's a little bit hokey, but it's really intriguing because this guy drives around Las Vegas and he often comes across these old cars in someone's driveway, particularly old cars. And he'll knock on the door and he'll ask about it and try to buy it off the person. And most of the time, they're nothing to look at. A lot of time they're on a flat, they're rusty, but he has the vision to be able to see what they could be. And so then, of course, if he can maneuver it, he gets them to get the car. He brings it into a shop. He has his guys do all of the magic. And within a few weeks, of course, TV, it's in 30 minutes, but in a few weeks, they roll out this car and it is pristine and it's beautiful. And that's, I think, the part that intrigues us is to see what it was and to see what it could be. And yet, when it comes to us, would it make sense? One of the first things they have to do is they look over the car and he decides, is it worth it? And usually he says yes, but he tries to see, are the things working? Because a lot of times they have to go and they have to buy parts and they have to send for things. But the key is he could do all the work and make it an absolutely beautiful car. But if it doesn't run, what is it worth? Nothing. And so that's the key, is making sure, again, all of the others, it's wonderful. But the most important thing is making sure that it's going to run so that it's useful as a vehicle. We often spend a lot of time polishing up on the outside. We do all of the things, but so often we leave out the most important. And that's what's on the inside, because at some point it's going to come out. It's not going to stay hidden. And we've all probably met people that, wow, we were impressed and we thought, wow, that person's really got it together. And then the longer you got to know the person, you realize, wow, it's pretty fake. And people are tired of fake. And so we can do the makeover, but if we don't work on the inside, then we're just going to be fake. And it won't be long until all of the things on the outside, no one's really going to care. In my course, Restore Your Health Academy, it's about restoring health, but it's about starting on the inside, starting with the spirit, starting with the identity of who we are, who God made each of us to be. And then we work on the mind, because we can have the spirit good, but if we constantly are beating ourselves up, we don't see our worth, our value, then how do we expect other people to see our value? What we think about ourselves is critical, because how we think is how we're going to act. If Think about maybe your first car. If it was sort of a jalopy and it was used and sort of beat up, you eat in your car, you don't do a whole lot to it. You really don't stay on top of checking on the oil and making sure the spark plugs are working. But let's say you have a brand new car. Shortly after college, I bought my first brand new car. You don't want to eat in it. You have that new car smell because you value it much more than that beater that just got you from here to there. And that's how we treat ourselves. If we value ourselves, we're going to treat ourselves better. Because again, what's on the outside isn't going to last forever. So when we go to the spirit first and we talk about our identity, who we were meant to be, and then we work on the mindset. We start letting go, peeling back layers, let go of those things that are holding us back. And then we can start diving into the outer part. Start talking about, the importance of eating healthy, taking care of your body, getting enough sleep, exercise, all of those types of things. But if we focus on those only, again, they'll last for a while, but at some point, things are going to start to fall apart, and they often do. So, Restore Your Health Academy is a 12-week experience of diving in. I use biblical principles to teach. And then at the same time, we're also simultaneously working on the physical, having live calls and recordings where we talk about those things that are so very critical that we are interested in, how to take better care of ourselves. And so it's a there's a magic that happens as we work together in community. It's a group, and we're able to share, and yet we have assignments. Often we work on things and it's hard to see the progress, but each person gets a journal and we work our way through those 12 weeks. And so I'm going to put a link. Check it out. Are you ready to go beyond just sort of going through the motions, thinking, oh, it's too late? I'm way past that. It's never too late to get started, to be who God created you to be. A lot of times people have so much in it inside of them, but they're not using it, they're not sharing it with the world because they're held back by a lot of health issues or just even those feelings of nobody wants to hear from me. We all have a place here. God put us here on purpose for a purpose. So, again, if this sounds like something you want to do, because again, it's looking at health from a bigger scope than just, you know, what I look like on the outside. It's taking it all into consideration to be our absolute best because the world needs each one of us. We were here with a particular mission. And when we can't do it, when we can't bring out the best and serve, then the world is missing something. So check out that link. If you have questions, please reach out to me. This is Coach Maggie. Take care. And of course, God bless.